Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is John. This is my channel, The Origin Factory. It's Thursday, July 25th of 2024. I hope you guys are having a great week. Today we're going to talk about a little bit of channel news, upcoming videos and projects and stuff that's coming out, and a little bit of manufacturer news. But before I get to all that, I want to thank our subscribers. That's what helps us out the most right now as a new channel is subscribing. So if you're willing to subscribe and you haven't yet, please do that. And if you're subscribed already, if you could continue to support us by either like, commenting, and sharing, it'd be greatly appreciated. So on to a little channel news. So we just put out a video about Rob Mitchell of Need a Bigger Shed, his Project 959 kit. We just released it. We just did an unboxing video if you want to see more in depth about that project. I was gonna start it today and build the chassis, which is a Tamiya MF-01X. And us being a new channel, I am slowly getting all my RC tools to where my studio is, because the two aren't the same. Meaning anyways. So I was gonna build that today, and I haven't built a Tamiya chassis since I've been at the studio. And I realized I don't have my Tamiya tools. And those of you who aren't Tamiya followers, Tamiya uses Phillips heads, or JIS, I think they're called, which resemble a Phillips head screwdrivers. And I don't have any of my Tamiya tools here. So I did start cutting out the body, and I will start the chassis probably this week and hopefully get the build video up pretty soon for that one. The biggest part of that kit is the body and all the detail parts that come with it, because that's really what Rob contributed to that. Because the MF-01X chassis is almost stock. Rob provides his updated drive shaft for it and some racing shocks. So you got nice oil-filled aluminum bodied shocks, and also realistic wheels, prototypical looking wheels that resemble the Paris-Dakar Rally winner. So where his real effort was creating the kit, the box art, the presentation, and then all the 3D printed detail pieces and the body to replicate the Paris-Dakar Rally winner of 1986. So that'll be coming out soon. So here's the Porsche 959 body for the Project 959. Like I said in the video, earlier, we did cut the wheel wells out and we trimmed it all up. Getting her all squared away. Really, really beautiful decals here. And it looks like MCI did them, which I've done. I've bought products from him in the past. Been very happy with him. He's out of Canada. And you can see some of the decals that come with it. This black sheet is for the moldings, like to do the window moldings or the black rubber gaskets or something like that. This is for some white details that need white trim around it. Window mask. A map to where all the black pieces go, what they're intended for. This looks like another set of window mask. And the second sheet of the decals. So I haven't ever painted a 959 body before, and it's two-tone. And it's blue. That's not going to show up in the camera very well. Clear body. So it's blue from somewhere here down, and then the top portion is white. And these stripes are a break in the color. So above the stripe is white and below the stripe is blue. And I have seen guys paint them where they put the decals, put the stripes on the exterior first, so you know where the break lines are for the blue, which seems like it would probably be a good idea. I really don't like peeling the protective coating off yet. I really prefer to paint with it on, but those stripes are only going to lay where they're going to lay. And if you're off by a little bit, where you put the blue, you can't move your painted color. You know what I mean? Once you paint it, that's where it is. And if the stripes aren't meant to go exactly there, You're either going to have stripes that don't fit properly, or you're going to have, your brake line isn't going to match up. Brake line, I mean the difference where the white and the blue come together. So if you have painted a 959, the Rothman's livery before, you have experience with that, please put a comment below and give me your advice or what you've done or what has worked for you. Because I'm a little nervous about figuring out how I'm going to do the two-tone between the blue and the white and then have the stripes match up. Part of me thought I was going to paint those lines, which I'm not against doing that either, because that would really make a nice looking car to have all the lines painted. But very laborious, and they're not just straight lines. You're going to lose some of the idea behind them, some of the shapes. So not too keen on doing it. I haven't committed to an idea yet. Once I commit to it, it'll be much easier. And then I just move forward, and it is what it is, whatever happens. So yeah, so that's our 959 project. We'll probably be starting the chassis this week. And I don't know, I might do a 2-part video for that, do the chassis build and then the body. Also, we just did our second video featuring the Vanquish Origin of 2016. We recently did an unboxing video with kind of an in-depth of what came in the box originally, to kind of help you guys understand all the parts included and part of what makes an Origin, and also for if you're buying a new in box to kind of maybe check it out ahead of time or look through it to make sure you got everything and justify the price you're paying for it, because these kits are getting really expensive now, and I'd hate to see you guys pay full price for something and not have all the pieces, especially since these are starting to approach $3,000 or more, at least at the time of filming this. So we but this week we released a video on building one. So I did the flip side of it this week, and I've been collecting parts to build one, used parts, buying bits and pieces here and there off of people, off of the Facebook groups and so forth, and some new pieces, some used, some that I've reconditioned and refurbished. So that video was just released this week, building an Origin from spare parts. So if you want to check that one out, that's both of the videos are pretty in-depth and long. So I mean, they're not a one you maybe sneak in on your lunch break at work. Might be something you have to watch later in the day or watching bits and pieces. But anyways, they're in a lot of depth and a lot of background on the history and so forth. There you go. So here's our Vanquish Origin that we just finished building on our latest video. As you can see, all we got on there, I shouldn't say all, everything is on there except the fender wells and a body. I still got to come up with a body and a paint design for it for this one. As you can see, it's got the axial base 3 gear, but the Vanquish version. We got the aluminum sliders, we got the aluminum bumpers, we have the upgraded braces, all the unique Origin parts. We got the D44 axles, the incision drive shafts. So if you want to see something more in depth about the Vanquish Origin building one, check out our latest video on that. Also, as far as Vanquish is concerned, they just released their Battleborn wheels this week, just on Tuesday, which very sharp looking wheel with a new beadlock ring design, which is not on any of their other wheels currently. The wheels are released in clear and black. They are priced the same as all their other wheels, so there's no increase in price or anything. They did say the colors that will be available will only be the colors that Battleborn has their wheels in for 1-to-1s. So you're not going to see the reds and the blues and that kind of stuff. So that's the agreement between Vanquish and Battleborn, was my understanding. We are starting to work on our Origin, or I shouldn't say our Origin, our Ripper. We have an OG Ripper, the first version, which is chassis number 67. Parts are coming in the door for that. We have some radiators that are custom 3D printed by JE Design to give it a little bit more scale looking appearance. And then I also have from Mr. Pezza a set or an adapter bracket to use the RC 4-wheel drive fuel cell as a receiver box to replace the plastic one, the axial one that originally came with it. And our Ripper has never been fully assembled. It came partially assembled. So what I need to do first is I need to figure out all the wiring. These things have a lot of wiring, and I'll try to put in a picture on the overhead camera to show you what's going on with that. Maybe I'll attach it at the end of this segment. There's a lot of wiring, So I want to make it as clean as possible, since these are a high-end collector's item now. So I'd like to really do a cleaner job on this one and have the wiring all nice and tidy, have it fully functional, and just have it a nice clean looking rig overall. Okay, so here is our Vanquish Origin, or I did it again. Here is our Vanquish Ripper. This is chassis number 67. We acquired it locally from a guy that was selling off a big portion of his collection. So we bought a few things from him. We actually bought an Origin from him, and we also got this Ripper. So this Ripper has never been completed or finished, or whatever you want to call it. Never been driven yet. It doesn't even have drive shafts in it. Doesn't have a transmission yet. But we did score a nice orange case. Vanquish axial 3 gear with a dig unit on it. So we're going to use an orange transmission for it. Which, whatever. I think it'll look sharp. He said it hasn't even had drive shafts yet because it's never had a transmission in it yet. It's never had the panels mounted. I mocked them up once for a picture, and that was it. The off-road lights, I just mounted those the other day. I mean, this wasn't quite a new in box one. It was attached to a chassis, but that's about as far as you got with it. So we're going to finish it the rest of the way. As you can see, all the spaghetti in this thing, there is a lot of wires in a Ripper, you know, because all these individual lights, each light has red and a black. We acquired the 1-inch bumper light. It's got an electric fan here in the radiator. Each headlight has its own set of wires. So yeah, there's a lot of wires in this thing. So I want to do as clean a job as I can. Here's the RC 4-wheel drive fuel cell receiver box that we're going to put in the back, which will replace this. You know, I think this is the axial receiver box. So we got an adapter coming for that to use the RC 4-wheel drive fuel cell. And then we also have some really nice looking 3D printed radiators from JE Design to replace this radiator. And there's a radiator up front. And then plus he puts in the serial number of the chassis on it. And we got Method 105s on here. Because Method 105s save lives and cure cancer. There are no other wheels, only Method 105s. With Maxxis Trepadors on it from Proline. These tires are not staying on this project. I did acquire another set of wheels that I'm going to use on this project that I have 5 of, so we can utilize the spare. And those are being custom anodized to match this project. Not going to show them yet because I don't have all the pieces yet, so I'll show you guys when it's done. So yeah, so this is an OG Origin if you haven't seen one. The steering servo is mounted at the top of the axle up front there. Transmission goes right in there with axial base 3 gear and the motor. This is a battery tray, and I'm not going to put the panels on it for this video. You can see it as we build it. So yeah, this one we're going to make progress on. We're going to do a video this week about it. Team Associated. We finished our RC10T. We did it in the box art, and it looked, you know, I'm not trying to brag, but man, it looks really good. The paint came out really nice. And of course, we'll pop up a picture here. Beautiful looking. Easy build, similar to the RC10, you know, the Riri that came out just before it. One of the nicer things being between the two is the addition of the stealth transmission, which is a much nicer transmission. I don't know if it's exactly the same as an axial 3 gear, but it is very similar. Downside, we're still getting a kit that has bushings. You know, Team Associated I mean, you're hitting us pretty hard for these kits one after another this year. It'd be nice to see bearings in these kits. You know, I'm sure at your cost, it's not a huge increase to the price, but anyways, it'd be nice to see some bearings with these kits. I'm getting a little saturated with the Team Associated releases, and I don't think I'm going to follow any of the rest of the ones this year. None of the other ones are as sentimental to me as the Riri and the RC10T. But I will add what has been released recently is up on their website, you can buy the Yokomo YZ10 Team Associated, which is basically the dogfighter with a different body and different colored wheels. I don't know if they've sold out, but they said that delivery would be late August, I believe it is, and we are coming up on August. We're not that far away. What else? They did release the RC10DS, which is an on-road car based on an RC10. So it has the pan and chassis and so forth of the original RC10, but the front shocks are more of a lay-down design for clearance, and it comes with a Mustang body that resembles like the Trans Am series racing, road racing cars of probably like the 90s. They also released a drift car also. I didn't look at that one, so I don't know if that's another one based on the RC10 pan or if it's based off their more current chassis. Like I said, I'm getting a little burned out on the Team Associated stuff right now because they just keep hammering out one after another. And I've reached my saturation point. A little too much Team Associated for me right now. If I miss out on the other ones, that's fine. I got the ones that were sentimental to me, like I said. So here's our RC10T. T denotes truck. As you can see, much wider, longer control, suspension arms and so forth. Black pan versus the gold pan for the Riri. Not serial numbered. They didn't serial number these. These aren't going to be as rare or numbered, whatever you want to call them. It's got the upgraded steering over the Riri. Has the stealth transmission. They didn't put the same shocks as the original, unfortunately. The other ones were a different color, but anyways, got the pin tires in the rear, the rib tires up front. And, suspension feels nice and settled, but there's no weight in it yet, but it feels nice and smooth. And the piece de resistance, the body, which, man, I am just so happy with this body. It came out beautiful. This is pretty much the box art. So, yeah, what I did different is if you can see trying to get the glare down a little bit, the pinstripe between the colors on the box art, I think was possibly silver. It's kind of hard to see, but I did it gold instead just to make it a little bit different. But yeah, sticker placement, we just followed the box art. Like I said, turned out beautiful. Very, very clean paint job. We use Tamiya colors here. Aerosol. Yes, they're expensive. It's just one of those things. They work great for me. I'm happy with using Tamiya colors. Don't have problems with it, so why change it, Makes the hobby a little bit more expensive, but I like consistent results better than I like saving money sometimes, because inconsistency costs you money. So yeah, sharp looking rig. Happy with how that turned out. Yeah, I think that's about all we're covering right now. And so we'll have a video coming up, like I said, for the Vanquish Ripper OG. We'll be tidying up the wiring. We got some accessories we're going to put on it, and we're going to make it drivable. Like I said, also the Vanquish Origin videos. We got 2 videos up now. One's an unboxing, and the other one is an in-depth view of building one with parts and how to source the parts and what parts you need. Project 959 is on its way. It has arrived. It's here. We did an unboxing video on that if you want to check that one out. And then also our RC10T, we just completed that. So we should be putting out another video for that very soon. That came out beautiful. I'll post some pictures of that at the end. So thank you for hanging on, and thank you for watching and supporting us. Thank you to our subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet and you're willing to do that, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you're subscribed already, if you could please continue to support us by either like, commenting, or sharing, that would be wonderful. So have a great day, a great week, you guys. Thank you for watching, and God bless.